I was asked a question recently that stopped me in my tracks. Not because it was complicated, but because I didn't have a quick answer. They looked at me and they looked at my bike and they said, "Why are you still riding motorcycles after more than 40 years?" And that question got me thinking. Hey, let's ride.
Hey, I'm the Tombstone rider. So, how do you explain something like wind therapy to someone who's never felt it? How do you explain why a road you've ridden 1,000 times can still feel like a completely new experience every single time? And how do you explain why, after more than 4 decades on 2 wheels, you're still just as excited for the next ride as you were for the very first one? I don't think there's a single short answer, but as the miles add up and the years roll on, I'm starting to realize something deeper. It has almost nothing to do with the machine. It's about what happens to your mind and your body when you start that bike. Because as the years go on, riding isn't just a hobby anymore. It's how we fight back. Father Time comes for everyone eventually, but riding a motorcycle makes him run a whole lot faster just to catch up. Look around at how the world wants us to age. The script is already written for us. Slow down, sit down, retreat indoors, and fade into the background. Stay comfortable. Watch life happen on a screen. Well, I refuse to follow that script, my friends. The human mind is like any precision tool. If you don't use it, it loses its edge. Rust sets in, memory fades, reaction times slow down, and focus drifts. Hey, when you're sitting on a couch, your brain doesn't have much to do. But when you're riding a motorcycle, your brain is working at full throttle. Every single second on 2 wheels demands hyper-awareness. You're processing depth perception, you're reading road surface textures, predicting what the driver 3 cars ahead is about to do, calculating cornering angles, and managing throttle control, all simultaneously. Psychologists call it total presence or a flow state. I call it keeping your brain alive. Hey, you can't zone out on a motorcycle. You can't scroll on your phone through a tight turn. Riding forces an immediate, razor-sharp focus that clears away all the useless noise of daily stress. Phone notifications, headline anxiety, all gone. It keeps the neural pathways firing. It sharpens your focus, protects your cognitive health, and keeps your mental agility right where it belongs, top tier. And people often think that as you get older, riding a heavy machine becomes too demanding. They assume balance and reflexes just naturally disappear, so you might as well surrender to that recliner. Well, they've got it completely backwards. You don't lose your balance because you get old. You get old because you stop testing your balance. Riding is a physical dialogue between man and machine. It requires core strength, balance, neck flexibility, and fine motor coordination between your hands and your feet. Every turn you lean into is a micro workout into your equilibrium. Every sudden stop or quick maneuver to avoid road debris is an instant test of your reaction time. And if you don't challenge your physical agility, your body gladly obliges by breaking down. Muscles atrophy, joints stiffen, and confidence shrinks. Riding refuses to let that happen. It forces you to stay physically engaged with the physical world. It requires you to maintain flexibility, strength, and quick reflexes. Not because you're gym obsessed, but because the road demands it. Hey, I ride because my physical health and agility are non-negotiable. I want to move with confidence, not just on the bike, but in every single step I take throughout life. The greatest trap of getting old isn't physical, it's mental. It's the gradual shrinking of your world. People start staying closer to home, they stop taking risks, they stick to a routine, and pretty soon the perimeter of their life is defined by 4 walls, a television, and a weekly trip to the grocery store. I ride because I refuse to let age dictate the boundaries of my world. When you're on a bike, the world doesn't feel limited. It feels wide open and infinite. You feel the temperature drop 10 degrees when you cross a river valley. You smell the pine needle air before you even enter the forest. You're not watching scenery on a glass screen like you do in a car. You're inside the environment, exposed to it, living it. That exposure is a constant reminder that we are alive right now. Age tries to tell you to settle down and play it safe. Riding tells you there's still a bend in the road ahead that you haven't seen yet. It keeps your world big. It keeps your horizon expanding instead of contracting. So when someone asks me why I'm still out here riding after more than 4 decades, I don't need to give them a complicated answer anymore. I ride because I'm not done yet. I ride because my health, my mind, my agility, and my focus are non-negotiable. I ride because I refuse to let age dictate the boundaries of my world. Father Time comes for everyone eventually. Nobody gets an exemption, but riding a motorcycle makes him run a whole lot faster just to catch up. It keeps the blood pumping, the mind active, and the spirit untamed. It reminds me that as long as I can balance on 2 wheels and roll that throttle back, I am in control of my own journey. The bike isn't just a machine, it's my fountain of youth. If you've been riding for decades, drop a comment below and tell me what riding does for your mind and body today. How are you keeping Father Time on his toes? And if you've been thinking about getting back on 2 wheels or holding onto your keys a little longer, don't let anyone tell you that you're past your prime. Gear up, stay sharp, and keep riding, my friends. And if this message resonates with you, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and join me on the next road. Until then, keep the rubber side down and keep your mind sharp, and I'll see you on the highway.